Welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast. I'm Bobby.
I'm Amanda.
I'm having a drink. Um, I went to my company party last night and I drank there. That's one of my 5 a year. My 5 years quickly becoming like probably 10 a year, maybe, like once a month or something. And so I drank last night and I was like, well, I mean, it's one company party, but if I keep drinking, I don't stop. So here we are, 24 hours after that, and we keep on plugging away. No, it's like my third drink today, whatever. But anyway, how you guys doing? How was your week?
Mine was pretty good. I don't know. I got a lot went moving. I think after Wednesday, I have a new assignment. It's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So any listeners that are in Pennsylvania want to hit me up and DM me with some cool suggestions, or want to meet up somewhere for a drink, or I'm not going to eat scrapple. I'm sorry, maybe a dippy egg, but. So, yeah, feel free to hit me up and DM me on Discord if you want. I'd love to talk Pennsylvania with some people that want to, and I'm excited. I'll start that in like a week or two. But otherwise, I got a lot of gaming in. We had an impromptu game night that happened last night, which was awesome. I think people just randomly started coming together, and we all played Golf It, which hasn't been played in a hot minute, and like I think a few years. I don't know. It's been a while. We even had Rubber Nuts show up and the lotion. We had a lot of OGs roll out, so it was awesome.
Speaking of lotion, he's coming back to the States, or is back, or
He's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back to Southern California.
yeah, cool. Yeah, he's gonna be 3 hours away from us, Bobby. So that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. How was your week, man? Every time we meet up, how was your week, Bobby? Ooh, touchy subject.
Pretty busy.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how this week went. It was just a busy week at work, and I wasn't even home all weekend, man. I've got like all these missed messages on Discord. People trying to hit me up on like Friday night about gaming. Was not around. Sorry, folks. Yeah, this next week should be better though.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, I've got February. There's like 2 national holidays in that month, so I'm gonna have a super long weekend coming up. But this week should be better.
Like somebody once said, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get into some video games, starting with the radar, which are games that have come to our attention, but we have not played yet. Bobby, you got the most? I don't know.
No, I don't, but I'll start.
All right.
Okay. This is not a game, but I just want to let everyone know Dreamhack is going to be in San Diego early April, and I'm going 100%. This actually came to my attention from some coworkers. There's been a lot of esports stuff going on in education, or at least in our school district. So there's been a lot of eyes on this type of stuff. So someone actually mentioned this to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm 100% going to this."
Is your work going to cover it?
We'll see.
You could try, yeah, dude.
I'm gonna try.
Explain to me what Dreamhack is.
Dreamhack is, I mean, I always have known about it just because I do a lot of esports events there, but it's so much more. It's cosplay. They have a big arcade area. They've got a LAN. You can bring your own machine, or they have a LAN set up where you can just use another machine that they have there. They've got the particular esports at DreamHack San Diego is going to be Rocket League, and it looks like a bunch of fighting games. So I'm going to check the schedule and see what they're doing when. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end up going on a Saturday, but it wouldn't be nice. It would be nice to catch something cool like Street Fighter or.
Is that a weekend, Bobby?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weekend.
When you buy your ticket, buy me one. I'm in.
Yeah, well, I'll let everybody know when I actually settle on a date here because possibly some work friends going. Definitely a friend of mine who just moved out here, and I'm actually his stepson is
You just said I'm actually his stepson.
No. I'm actually building a computer for a stepson
Oh,
for a
okay.
stepson's birthday. I've got all the parts, and I told him, I said, hey, I got all the parts. I could put this together, but he seems really into this. It'd probably be cool if I came over and showed him how to put it together. I mean, it's not that hard, but for like
Yeah.
this kid's like 9, so it's going to blow his mind.
Yeah, and he's gonna love being a part of it more. He's
Yeah.
gonna appreciate it more too.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to be doing that. I think in two weeks. So I thought, man, like you should really you should see if he wants to go to this, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go as well. So it's going to be a big thing, man. A lot of people
So
are
let's
going.
go both days, and then you can go with different friends.
Well, I think I'm going to do one day, but I think I'm going to do like an all day thing. But if anybody is in San Diego, definitely encourage you to go as well. They've got lots of different ticket options too. If you have kids under 13, I think you can get a special ticket price where they practically get in for free. It's not that much more, but like it's practically for free. The LAN would be cool. I haven't done a LAN since QuakeCon 2016, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I did like that one of their LAN options. They provide a monitor.
Dude,
which
you'd
is
have to
cool.
move your computer like 15 blocks.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that
You could use a dolly.
Yeah, but dude, my computer's got some dangling hard drives in it. I threw my hard drive cage away when I bought the case. I'm like, I'll never need this. And then here I am way later, and I've got all. Like,
You're embarrassed about your rig?
No, it's not that. It's just
Oh.
I don't want all these
Oh,
spinning disk hard drives jostling around. These hard disks are like 10 years old too. Like they've got some mileage. I am amazed that they're still going. But my computer is like a miracle right now. It's just like I have no idea how this thing is running after everything I put it through. Except for the video card, all the parts are about 5 years old, and it runs 24/7. And I put this thing through a lot. I mean, not just with gaming, but video editing, and it's just like I'm constantly remoting into it. I use it as a server for like so many other things. I run VMs off of it. Like this thing is just taking it for years, and it just keeps going.
that's very affordable pricing.
Yeah, for the single day pass, it's not that much. Now, these are the prices right now. It does go up as you get closer. So, I'm going to figure this out next week, and then I'll let everybody know in Discord. And, if you're in San Diego or around San Diego and you want to be part of this, let's do it, man. It's April 7th through the 9th, but it's looking like probably the 8th is going to be the day that I go.
Cool deal. I like it.
Yeah, it'll be cool, man.
And if you're wondering where to find Discord, you can find it on our dlgaming.net website. And then you can keep an eye out for Bobby at Dreamhack San Diego.
That's .net with a K. That's a joke, folks. Also coming soon is Steam Next Fest. That's starting like in 2 days. Last year, I think we all kind of went ham on it last year, didn't we? Didn't everybody try out at least 10 demos?
I think so.
Yeah, I had like 20 or 25.
Not too many for me, but I think
Oh,
there's some good ones.
that's what run up my fucking my end of the year thing. That's why my stats were so high, because I might have went through 30 demos. So my games played probably skyrocketed during Next Fest. That's what it was. But yeah, I dig Next Fest. Bought a few games off of there. Definitely wish listed a few games, and then Amanda hooked me up on Christmas and knocked them all down. It's great. I've been playing them, by the way, Amanda.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear some of it. I'm playing some of the ones you got me too.
Cool.
I'm excited for Next Fest. I always love Next Fest, especially because of the VR demos. I love the VR demos. They've got so many games that are available to play during Next Fest for VR, and it's such a great time to just kind of really wham bam thank you man through a whole bunch of different games to kind of check that out, So yeah, Next Fest coming out, you said in like 2 days?
Yeah, I think so. It's going to go on for 2 weeks. What is your next assignment going to facilitate for video game playing? You think you'll be able to get some time in?
I think I'll definitely be able to get time in for video games. I've honestly been super drawn to Pittsburgh for the housing alone, because everywhere I'm looking is like affordable, super cool, like late 1800s Victorian brick like buildings, and high speed Wi-Fi is what everybody keeps having. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Nice.
So that's a good sign. But I won't truly see until I get there and kind of get the feel of how work and stuff is. But I mean, I'll be working at 6 a.m. to 2:30, so I don't see why I can't just game at night even a little bit.
When you said high speed Wi-Fi, it reminded me. So I've got my new internet. I'm so happy about it. You know, it gets to the router at like, I don't know, 1.1 gigs or something like that. But then from there, my Google nodes are fucking up, and so Google customer service is awesome. Like every time I've called them, within 1 minute, I'm talking to some guy in India, but they always know their shit, you know. Or like, it's actually Filipino guys. And yeah, they always help me out through whatever problem that I have, but they can't figure out this problem. Like I have it's sending out 2 bands or something like that. Like the one anyway, doesn't know why. So all my devices are only getting 100 down right now, even though I'm getting 1,000 here. So there's some sort of disconnect there, and it's unfortunate. But they elevated me to. He's like, I don't know what the problem. I don't know how to fix this. I'm going to elevate it to the next level up, and then we'll email you or whatever. So I'm waiting on that. So it kind of sucks because I got a gig here, and I got fucking old speeds over there. So whatever.
That is frustrating.
Yeah, but at least I'm paying way less for the same speeds right now.
I got a
Yeah.
Nextfest tip for everyone out there.
Oh, give me your tip.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, should this be like a warm, cuddly, like
By the
erotic
fire?
podcast episode? I don't know. We could change the beat up a little bit, make it a little more loving. It's coming up on Valentine's Day here. All up and coming games that are in Nextfest, they have to upload their demo at least a week before the Nextfest launches, which means their demo is public. So if you're like, oh, I'm working or I'm busy during Nextfest, just take a look at the up and coming, maybe some stuff on your wish list, and everything that you want should have a demo a week before, sometimes much longer, because depending how long they want to give media with the demo, when Nextfest launches, they want the articles to go live as soon as it launches. It's like a PR thing. But anyways, if you're out there,
It's a Nextfest pregame. That's good.
yeah,
I like
and
it.
a lot of time they let their demos after Nextfest too. So this whole February month should be a good time to find some new games on there.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that,
Good
like
tip.
the demos, are kind of a prelude to the story of Next Fest. And damn, speaking of preludes, I got on the radar Tales, the Backbone Prelude, which is a cool, it seems like, noir narrative adventure with branching choices. And, this bitch loves choices. So you guide these 4 characters through a like dystopian Vancouver that's like, and everybody's animals, but it's like pixelated, and you're a detective and you're going through kind of solving these issues and these murders that are happening. And it's all about choices matter and things like that. So I don't know. I put this on my radar because it looks really interesting. I did get this game because I think I got it when it was on sale, but right now it is $14.99 that you can get, and it's by Raw Fury. It came out February 2nd, so it's pretty new. And so far the reviews are 95% positive, but there's only 41 reviews, so we'll see. I do plan on actually playing this because I did get it, and so that's why I put it on my radar. But it just looks really fascinating. At first I wasn't really too into like the graphics until I started seeing how much more of like an artistic pull it was, and how it really kind of contributes a really unique moment, I think, to like a post-noir narrative adventure. So that's, I don't know, it looks cool.
It's funny that you at any point you didn't like that. Like I think the art is great. The art direction also, just the style that they went with is really cool.
It works.
Yeah, 41 positive reviews and 41 developers that worked on this. Really coincidental there, actually.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right. What else we got here?
Oh man, can we take a moment to talk about Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah, I put it on here.
I see that you have it on the radar. Yeah, yeah.
I did it because.
Are you gonna play it?
No, probably not. I mean, I'll play it off your account if you buy it, I guess.
Savage.
We're getting to the point here where we're just gonna have to get used to $70 games. Both of my games on the radar are $70 games, so it's just like I got to stop being wowed by it. It's a long time coming, I guess. You know what I mean? especially for these games that put in tons of voice acting and all this shit. Anyway, mostly I was just reminding everybody it's coming out on the 10th. And so I looked at a little bit of what it is. Basically the entire the grounds, the surrounding grounds, the school is all recreated. You can go anywhere most of the time until you unlock certain other areas. You go to schools, you go to Sorting Hat, you get sorted. I don't know if you might get sorted differently, or you go to the same one just because of the story. But it happens 100 years before the events of the books. So it's like the 1800s. And I thought it was funny because like the Wizarding World doesn't change very much. You know, it's not like, oh, you don't have cars or whatever. You know, the difference is like it's all the same here. If you were to go to England, then you see the difference. But the Wizarding World is the same. Yeah, you go to the same classes. Everything that you read about, you level up in the classes. Hopefully, the classes are fun. And then you take that, and then I guess the bad guy is one of the goblins that, like, not the ones that run Gringotts, but one of those guys. I don't know much more about the story. They haven't put anything else out. But yeah, it's got like tons of different difficulty settings you could put on story mode and just play through the story if somebody somebody young or somebody who's not very good at video games is going to play. I think that's important for something like this because people that maybe first time video gamers might pick this up, you know, that were just so huge on the books. So yeah, I think it's going to be a big title, and just from what I've seen, I don't think it's going to be a stinker. I'm not going to say it's going to be like, you know, top tier. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to, like, totally crash. I think just from what I've seen, it looks solid enough to be, like, at least pretty good. But, yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts,
It's
Phil?
day one bought for me. I even went with the deluxe thing, so I'll be playing it 72 hours early. I think if you pay an extra $10, you can play it 72 hours early and you get a whole bunch of extra stuff. I'm really looking forward to when Nick comes back, and it would be really fun to hear his opinion as how this launches compared to mine, because I'm going it blind. I know a lot about Harry Potter. It's the only series that I reread multiple times because I do not like rereading things, and I don't really like rewatching or replaying stuff. No repeats, man. And so anyway, Harry Potter is an exception, though, because I grew up with it as a kid, and I remember listening to a lot of Eminem while reading all of the Harry Potter books, and so it's got a special place in my heart, and I got too many friends that are like, I'm buying it, I'm getting it, I'm like, fine, I'll do it too. For the podcast, sure, for the podcast, but no, so I will buy it, and gonna play it, but I want to go in blind. I don't know how it's gonna be played or anything like that. I want a fresh, like, just kind of take on it other than knowing a lot about the lore, and I'm going to be so pissed if I get sorted into anything besides Ravenclaw, but we will see.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that that's hard locked into the story. But I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just going to guess that it's whichever one that you go into. And you know what? I will say that I'm going to also guess, this is my other guess, it's going to be Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. Just to, like, you know, all the shine is on the other two in the books. So they probably want to fill out the other ones. Bobby, day one purchase on you, right? For sure?
What? No?
Yes.
No, man. You know how I feel about
Yeah, I
Harry
know.
Potter. I mean, I just never really got into it. The game does look good. It looks promising.
You started the books, right? And you were like, this is for kids?
I read the
or
first
something?
one, and yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, this is a children's book.
Yeah.
And I think about 2 years ago, I ended up watching all the movies. I'd seen the first one before, but I ended up going through all of them, and I was like, yeah, I mean, they're kids' movies. I guess they're all right. But yeah, the whole sorting thing cracks me up because all the young adult books and movies that came after this, they all copied that sorting thing.
Yeah.
You know, like Maze Runner and all that stuff. And, you know, the kid is always like it cracks me up too, because it's like, obviously Gryffindor is the best one, right? Like,
No.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, it's like okay, Ravenclaws for like the nerds, and Slytherins for like the edge lords, and then Hufflepuff is nobody wants to be that, but like we're all like, yeah, dude, we all want to be Gryffindor. I feel like that's like, and I don't know. In all these movies, it's like either the kid always gets into the best one, or like the kid can't be categorized. It's just like we don't know where to put you. You're just so unique. What do we do with you? You know, you break all the rules.
The hat just quits. The hat doesn't know. I don't know. Been doing this for years. I don't know where to put this kid.
That's something that appeals so much to like kids at that age, because it's just like
they're trying to find their place.
Yeah, they're forming their identity. So like it's a big thing. Genius move by J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
He is a piece of shit, but at least they produced that, and it's going to be fun to play. I think
I'm always like, because my girlfriend is like a huge Harry Potter fan, and she, I don't know,
is she going to want to play this?
She might be interested. I don't know. She's like off Harry Potter now since the whole J.K. Rowling thing. But
by the way, perfect. Like if she ever did play this, like the story mode, that would be like, you know, of the difficulty.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she'd enjoy watching me play this. But
sit back, baby. Watch his fingers glide across his keyboard.
Was Dead Space?
I'm gonna get put into Gryffindor.
Yeah, Dead Space came out, right?
Yeah, the remake, and it's been getting stellar reviews, and I've been interested in it. But I think you were talking about how $70 games were becoming a little more common, and I want to say Dead Space was also $70, but I'm not sure on that.
I feel like we didn't have a price up until like when it came out. What is it?
Oh, it's been out for a little while. No, it's 60. Okay.
All right.
What a deal.
What a deal. I mean, obviously, I don't have to tell you. Obviously, it'll be on sale in 6 months for $40. Spider-Man went on. I almost pulled the trigger on Spider-Man. Man, 78, 79. I mean, sorry, 97%, 98% positive reviews, $40, and I was just like, I got too much on my plate. And then I ended up not playing any video games this week, so good thing I didn't buy it. But speaking of video games, they usually have guns and fishes in them, and this one has both.
That's true. This one does have both. It's called Guns and Fishes, should be easy to remember. This game looks fucking ridiculous, which is why it made my little list. Came out on February 1st, so also has been out for not very long. It's rated positive so far, but what is it, right? It's a fast-paced, sorry, I'm tripping over my words today, but fast-paced action platform game where you're going to use fish as ammo and be fighting all these various different enemies. But it looks like, what looks sick to me is that you're running around with this like grappling hook, being a Spider-Man essentially, and then beating the shit out of just these like little, I don't know, stick figure kind of dudes that are just red. There's some big ones, there's some ones with guns, because this is guns, and the fishes are that you're launching fishes at these dudes and using fish as ammo.
Ooh,
and so this game just looks kind of goofy and silly. It's for $1.49. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one as well, because this just looks funny and just dumb, especially for such a cheap thing. It is in an introductory offer though until February 8th, and that's the $1.49. Otherwise, it goes up to a big whopping $1.99. Well, yeah. I know, we're just talking about $70 games. Can't handle the $2 ones. I know, I get it, but so this looks like it's going to be a really fun, just like one of those stupid, goofy games where you're just basically shooting waves with silly stuff and fun mechanics of zipping and zooping and diving on your grappling hook, which, I mean, that just looks like dumb fun.
Well, listen, for $1.49, I would only expect guns or fishes. And here, I'm getting both. So it's amazing.
You're getting them both.
At one point, he pulled out a bazooka and shot a octopus. I mean, I was sold right there.
Yep, he's got a crossbow and he's launching stuff. Yep, the bazooka with an octopus hitting a dude's face. I just feel like I'm going to laugh a lot, like with just the silly things going on in this game of shooting and killing and jumping around and stuff.
If you just go and look at Hogwarts Legacy on Steam, it charges you $1.49. So for that viewing tax, you get a whole Guns and Fishes game. But it's not as as good as Wild Hearts. I don't know. I got Wild
Gonna
Hearts.
say you're getting wild, Emilio. You're getting wild with the stuff. You gotta rein it in, before you hurt your heart. How's your wild heart?
So I'm not a fan of the hunting. Well, it's hard to say that I'm not a fan. I just don't know. I didn't like the way Monster Hunter implemented the hunting. I love the idea, like a game where you just hunt giant monsters in groups of like 4 or 5 or whatever. I think that's really cool, but it was just way too strange and like I don't know. The story was I don't care about the story, but I didn't like the whole gameplay loop, the way they made you too much time in town and stuff like that. The other one I actually enjoyed more. Bobby, do you remember the one that came out solely for PC and it was called like Brave or?
Oh yeah, what was that game?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. I didn't play it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one was just like no frills. It's just like gather your team, go fight some big ass monsters. Really cool. No, if you've never played a hunting one of these hunting games, they're called hunter games. There's not really minions. There's no levels. It's just one big persistent world, and you go out and hunt like kaiju, giant monsters. And this is a new one. It's called Wild Hearts, and it's got a few cool, I thought, very cool things. It's by Kyo Tecmo. I think that's kind of like Bandai and stuff. I think they're kind of in the same group. They did Niho. Man, I cannot read that stuff. Jeez.
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Okay.
Okay. It's $70. But anyway, the twist that they have here is that you summon ancient technology in the form of like wooden structures and gizmos. So like you'll have we just saw one where it was like a trampoline, so you could get high up, or you could just make a box, and sometimes you could climb the box, just like when you're very quickly doing it in what's the battle royale game that was gigantic?
Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah. It's like that. Fortnite. So like they're fighting.
What's that game? The biggest one in history?
Yeah,
What's it called?
Yeah.
Made $5 jillion.
Yeah, that one. I can't even remember. Yeah, so like in real time, you're building these things up, climbing them to get high up, and then like attacking the thing's head or whatever. But there's way more. There's like the ones that act as turrets. There's ones that are grappling hooks. There's ones that slow the thing down. There's some you could build walls to like kind of entrap it for a little bit until it breaks the walls down. So, and you could also do it in groups of up to 4, I think. And I think it's really cool because it puts a lot of strategy in there. Like, what are you going to do? I'll set up the walls. I'll burn them down with my torches or whatever, and you slow them down or whatever it is. You like everybody. I envision everybody having their part to play, or you just go in and push a bunch of buttons. But yeah, there's a harpoon one that I'm looking at that keeps the monster still. I thought it was a great concept. Conceptually, it looks great. But $70, no, thank you. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say about it. Check it out. It looks cool. The monsters are very cool. They are like regular things, like a rat and a porcupine and stuff, but they're mutated, gigantic, and they have a bunch of like they're infected by nature. So some are like this porcupine they were seeing. He got infected by crystals, so he's crystalline. There's ones that just have like moss and fungus on them. Very cool. Like the whole thing.
I always wanted to get into a Monster Hunter game, but yeah. Everybody says the same thing. They're very grindy, and I don't have time for the grind these days.
Makes sense. +2 for $70. God, do you know how many dates you could buy with that? Probably 10 dates. How's that, Bobby?
10 dates is I appreciate that you capitalized 10 dates, Christian, but it is in fact lowercase there. I appreciate that attention to detail in the show notes, though. I do. But okay. Well, looking at the screen,
the plot thickens.
Okay, they haven't capitalized on the Steam page, but in the picture they have it lowercase. So I don't know. I don't know who to believe here.
These 10 dates aren't the same as the ones we have at home. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this is the sequel to 5 Dates, which I want to say, I know, somebody played this, right? I want to say it was Chi, maybe not.
I'm not sure.
It's an FMV game. You'd think it'd be a dating simulator. I don't think it is. It's an FMV game by Wales Interactive. They're the publisher, and the developer in this case. But they've published like all the latest FMV games. Late Shift, which I was talking about a week or two ago. A bunch of other ones, like any modern FMV game these guys have been involved with. But this is a FMV rom-com, which I thought was a really interesting mix. But I don't know. I don't know how that plays out in a video game. But yeah, I don't know. Is anybody, am I wasting my time here? Is anybody else into FMV games, or is that just like, no?
Dude, honestly, before I heard you talk about them on the podcast, I didn't even know that they existed, you know?
Well, it was a 90s thing. It got really popular like late 90s, even on consoles. I remember like on Sega CD, they started coming out with some of them like Burn Cycle. What was that? Night Shift or not Night Shift, but Night. So there was one that was
Dead
like,
of Night?
no,
Oh, that was recent.
there was one that was kind of scandalous, and they took it off the shelves at stores because it had women in underwear.
Oh, geez. Women in underwear.
Yeah, we were pretty
Man,
touchy.
Satan Hail
Scandalous.
Marys.
Yeah.
Give me the
Should have
Sears
waited for
catalog.
OnlyFans to come out first.
Yeah.
But yeah, FMV games were like a big deal back in the 90s, and they never really went away, but like they did, well, I guess they did for a while, and they've kind of come back a little bit, like in a nostalgic kind of way, but nobody takes them too seriously, I suppose. But
Well, dude, I'm really happy that you brought them up because every one that you bring up, I find interesting. I think it's cool that these still exist and they're just getting like better and better. This one seems to have like choose your own adventure parts to it on the dates.
well, yeah, that's the main mechanic of most of these games is you reach a decision. It's like exactly that, a choose your own adventure. You reach a decision, it gives you like an A or B option. You choose one, and then it directs the story in that way. It dictates what clip comes next, and so you can play them multiple times and have completely different experiences.
Now, Bobby,
Yeah.
are you starting to look more at FMV games because of Immortality?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe these are coming to my attention a little bit more. But I don't know. Something about this one, because I remember 5 Dates, and either somebody played it or it was on the radar or something. And I thought, that one, I'd check that one out just to see if it's any good.
Then you saw 10 dates and you're like, this is twice as
There's
good.
twice as
obviously,
many dates. I mean,
for the same price.
no,
Ought
probably
to
not
be
the same
better.
price. How much is 5 Dates? This 10 Dates is $14.39. It's on sale right now. But
I feel like 5 dates doesn't exist.
no, dude, 5 Dates, 100% there.
All right. 5 dates.
There it is.
14.
Well, that's Canadian, so it's a little bit less than that.
You're just going to have to move to the States, dude, for this one thing. I don't want to see you more. It's just this one thing drives me fucking nuts.
I'm surprised we haven't memorized the
Conversion rate.
yeah, the conversion
Yeah.
rate.
Come on, guys. There's going to be a test later, so take some notes, okay?
Perfect.
This game does come out on Valentine's Day, February 14th, so that's appropriate.
That's convenient.
Yep.
Speaking of Immortality, both of you guys played it.
Yeah. Guess we're
It's-
switching to On the Radar. I
On the
mean,
highlights.
Well, we're switching to highlights.
Take,
Yep.
take that snarky voice right out of that because you fucked it up, dude. All right.
yeah.
Or-
I didn't know, Bobby, that you played Immortality too, though.
Well, I
Um,
played it a month ago, maybe, but I finished it this week. Now, finishing is a relative term here. I saw the ending, but I have not seen all the clips. There are bits of the stories that are missing, and I'll probably continue to play it because there's a few more questions that I need answers to that I don't know yet. But I want you to talk about it first because I don't want to spoil anything for you. This is really the type of game that can be spoiled, so I want to tiptoe around
well,
that.
I feel like we should put spoiler. I beat the game. Yeah.
Oh,
whoa.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, I completed it.
I
Yeah,
s-
and then I looked into it too to make sure that I didn't have any loose ends tied off because I wasn't gonna play it again. Once I don't repeat shit. So like normally I don't, but I don't know. I really like this. Yeah, Emilio gifted me this, which thank you again, for sure. Because at first, when I first started playing this, I was like, man, I don't know. Truthfully, I got really baked with my friend, and like we were like, yeah, let's do this. It's gonna be like watching a movie. This is gonna be so much fun. And I was like, yeah, and you can help me like figure out what's going on. What happened to Marissa? And so, and then it started being like, oh, you got to scrub this, because it's like the old what's the movie? I'm gonna probably butcher the pronunciation. The Movioso, like, or the Movioso machines. Yeah,
old editing machine.
The editing machine. Yeah, so you actually drag the mouse left or right to scrub and go back. And then once I realized that there was film recorded kind of on the film that you had to scrub to see, I was like, fuck, dude, now I'm in. Because in the beginning, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be really into this. I don't really like stories that jump around so much as like a big point of it. Like, I think it's kind of fun to not be chronological. I'm not saying that every story should be linear at all, because there's a lot of great stories that are not, but this kind of thing. Like, I first started, the very first like Sam Barlow game I ever tested out was Telling Lies, I think was on Xbox Game Pass. I started playing that. It's a very similar concept, but instead of looking at all these old tapes that never got released that you're scrubbing, you're instead looking through a search bar for certain clips where you see a name. And I'm really glad that I spent the time with Immortality and not Telling Lies, because I almost wasn't going to spend the time with Immortality because of Telling Lies, and I'm glad that I didn't, because I didn't like Telling Lies as much. But Immortality was cool, especially as I would be like, oh, there's a fan in the background. I wonder what other clips show up with a fan. And then all of a sudden, and then I found myself like diving into each character. Like, as soon as I saw a character, I just like fixated on that person, was like, show me all the clips with this person, and like scrubbing it. Dude, this game was sick. Like, I liked it a lot. I did end up really, really liking it. And I feel like I can recommend it, especially if you enjoy more of like a novel and you're cool with the motion picture element of it all, which is, I think, really unique and cool. And it wasn't like, I felt really good at the end when I had a really good grasp of what was going on and like who the immortals and stuff were, and that kind of thing.
What?
And then I looked it up. Well, there's immortality, so I mean, there's gonna be people that are immortal, right? Or maybe there's not. But I mean, we can get into the spoilers if you want.
I mean, we should slap a big old spoiler sticker right now and just get into it, because there's 3 movies. One of them I think was 1960, late 60s. The other one was early 70s, and then there's another one that's like mid 90s. And there's the same actress in each of them, and she doesn't seem to age too much.
Wait, so I just want to make sure you definitely spoilers territory right now.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely spoilers territory. Yep.
Yeah, skip like maybe 15 minutes or something, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I guess I'm checking with myself if it's okay to be spoiled. Yeah, I'm not going to play this, but I think I might have Sam do it, so that's fine.
Okay.
Question: what were you saying about the scrubbing? That you go back, there's what's scrubbing mean?
It's when you like roll the film back and forth.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't realize this until way later, but I kind of picked up on it. There's an audio cue when you're going through footage. It's like a horror cue or something, or a sting. It's like a low rumble. You know, in movies where they like accent a moment with like a low rumble to make it more dramatic or something.
Okay.
That happens when you're going through the footage. And when that happens, that I figured out is a cue that you need to play the footage backwards. And when you play the footage backwards, there's another image composited onto the film, and sometimes it just completely skips into a whole nother film reel, and it reveals these characters. You called them the immortals. I've heard other people call them the other, or the other one, like these 2 creatures that are inhabiting these actors, and they like act out like an entirely different scene, and then you kind of figure out what's going on and the connection behind all of it. Now here's my question, and it's okay, you can spoil this part for me, Days. I know what happens at the end, but these 3 movies, they never got finished. That's the big mystery. They never got released, and the actress in them died or disappeared before the third one finished. Nobody knows what happened to her. So that's the big mystery. Now, I know what happened to her, but I don't know the reason that the other two movies were canceled. Now I know the co-star, they revealed this very early on. The co-star gets killed in the second movie, Carl Greenwood. And they give that to you very early on. That's not really a spoiler, but I don't know how he dies. Like I've seen the clips leading right up to it. I've seen the ones where like things get tense between them, and I'm just like, what happened?
Oh, you didn't see how he died though?
Oh, okay, don't tell me. Never mind.
Oh, all right.
So Bobby, you said don't tell me because you want to find it your own.
Yeah, I'll find it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy the
That's cool,
experience.
dude. That speaks volumes about how
Yeah.
good this game is. That you've
Yeah.
already played it. You've already got to the goalpost. But yeah,
And here's one other thing. Since you've played this game, Days, I want to ask you this. So the actor, this is not a spoiler, the actor that plays Ambrosio in the first movie, I'm like 100% sure that guy is British. But in the game, he plays an American actor who plays a British actor. I feel like when he's
Interesting.
in character, he's doing a British accent, and it seems very good and very natural. But when he's out of character, like supposedly himself in the game, he does an American accent, and I'm like, that doesn't sound quite right. So I'm pretty sure he flip flopped it. I don't know. Did you think the same
I
thing?
picked up on that too. Yeah, I think he flip flopped it as well. I'm not
Okay.
entirely too sure. I didn't dig so much into like the actors, and full disclosure, I feel like that 1968 film that they had, the first one, the Ambrosio, like I don't know. I didn't necessarily get that one so much. Like, because that one, it was just kind of odd. It's the story is that there is this like devout monk man, and he sleeps with like the nun, but then he finds a girl that reminds him of his innocence before sex outside of marriage, and so then he confesses, and it's like a whole thing. But like I know that he was supposed to be, I think, burned at the stake, and then the chick that was the nun, who is Marissa Marcel, that actress, she is like Medusa or like a type of devil, maybe Lilith. Like they have a lot of themes of snakes around her, but at the same time, they're not really calling her outright Medusa or like really showing a lot of it. You know, like it could also be an allegory to like Eve as well, because there's a lot of themes as well of like an Adam and Eve thing, especially when you are talking about the one and the other,
Yeah.
which are the two
The two of
immortal
them.
beings.
And both the two movies, the one from the 90s and the one from the 70s, both have this like, they have like this two sides, you know, like the detective goes through a transformation and there's now two of them. They make the mask. Like there's all this symbolism of like duality in the latter two movies, but the first one doesn't really have that as much.
Days.
I
Are you
actually,
gonna?
I think I have an idea that just came to my head. Although it's gonna be like a mega fucking spoiler, so I don't know if you want to talk about
Oh,
Bobby,
man.
because
Maybe we
like
should
it
continue
plays
this
into
next
like the
week.
whole overall end of all of it.
You guys need to call each other on the phone and
Well,
talk.
There's all I looked up a YouTube video that was like an hour long explaining this game, and I was like, "Fuck, that's super long! Like, who makes an hour long video explaining a video game? That's insane!" And like, I really wanted to watch it, but I know there's spoilers in there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should continue this next week when I have the full story here, because I feel like I do want to experience this myself.
I got some
You
questions.
should.
Days, are you going to continue snooping? Or it sounds like you got more through than Bobby has. And didn't I buy it for you 2 days ago or something? Like,
Oh yeah, I played it all yesterday, dude. I played it for over 3 hours yesterday. Yeah,
Nice.
like I said, I sat down. I was like, I'm probably not going to be really into this. And the next thing I know, I'm like, wait a second, that dude's a new guy. Who the fuck is that? And then I started going down a whole rabbit hole of it. Yep.
Will you
So,
revisit it? Are you done? I know you're finished, but are you
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
finished.
you know, it's
Yeah.
it's a mystery. So once you solve it, there's not really too much fun in replaying it. Now, and you did start with Telling Lies, which I played all Sam Barlow's games, and that one was my least favorite. Did you ever play Her Story?
No, I
Okay.
did not try that one. I'm not gonna lie. Immortality does make me want to actually kind of like
Yeah.
check out Her Story, but I don't know. This
I mean,
was
Her
good.
Story, I think we were all just blown away at the mechanics of the game. But the video is just a woman. It's like video footage of a woman giving like a testimony at a police station or something like that. It's very static. It's not. But I mean, back in 2015, we hadn't seen anything like this. This one just takes it to like another level visually. So I think it'd be hard to go from this back to Her Story, but I did really enjoy Her Story.
Christian, I'm speaking on behalf of Bobby. Can you send an email on behalf of Bobby to get Sam to come on the show again? Maybe it'll work. Be like, hey, we talked to you back in blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He's not going to do it on his own.
Well,
I think
yeah,
it'd be
dude. 'Cause,
really
like,
cool. Yeah, he's super famous now. Maybe he
Wait,
doesn't
you want to
forget
talk
the
to him
was
again,
super-
Bobby? I had to
No,
take my headphones out. I didn't want to be spoiled.
I know. Good thing you did. We didn't spoil a whole lot actually, so you're okay. But we are going to spoil it next week, so you have until next week to play this game.
Welcome back to the
Yeah, if you want to join along, you guys should definitely check out Immortality,
Yeah.
and join us then for the massive spoilers of talking about it next week. And Harry Potter will be a stacked show, I'm sure.
I'm going to send him a message now. Oh, he follows us on Twitter. Maybe I'll just DM him.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could work that into my schedule, but we should. We'll talk about that. It would be cool to talk to him again, but I do want to. I don't know, man. I feel like if I interviewed him, I would ask all the super annoying questions, like, "What camera did you film that on?"
That's the thing nobody asks him, dude. That
Yeah,
you would
that's
like
probably
that.
not annoying. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're obviously both fucking film buffs. Anyway, yeah, do it
Cool.
for him for Christmas, Christian.
Yeah, for
Here's a gift you
Christmas.
didn't want. Congrats.
Right. Well, if anybody's curious again, the game that we keep talking about was Immortality, and you can buy it for $20 on Steam. I feel like it actually is worth that price tag. It's definitely worth a sale.
Yeah,
$20. I don't know. It is really good though.
and to buy it, you just click it. It's easy as a snap. I played Marvel Snap, by the way, of course. I'm completely and fully addicted. I've already talked about this.
There was like a patch update, right?
Yeah,
I
it
heard
was
a lot of talk about this.
Yeah, so it's kind of like there's a beta. I want to call it a beta for playing your friends. There's no way to play your friends. There's no most of these games, these online like video phone games have like you can make a guild and get your friends together. That's always built in day one because I think they think if you build a community, more likely to spend money or something. I don't know. But this one, it was interesting because there was no way to there's no friends list. You can't play your friends, nothing. So when Chad and I get together physically, we just hand each other our phones so we could play each other's decks. Not decks, guys, decks. Get your mind out of the gutter. And so, yeah, it's really weird. So they implemented multiplayer or play with your friends, but you have to go into the settings, find the friend code, send the friend code to your friend in a text message. He's got to go in it's very low level right now.
It's like GTFO.
Yeah, and I haven't done it, so I don't even know if
And this is to play against your friend.
yeah. And I don't know if what was I going to say? I don't know if you can get quests done by playing your friend. I'm going to go ahead and guess no, but maybe that's why they're not pushing it so hard. I as soon as I saw this approach, I'm like, yeah, I don't think that really sells more. I don't think you being on there with your friends, you're going to spend more money, but I don't know. Anyways, I just had a quick story about this. I play this a lot. And the other day I want to call it a glitch. If you've never played Marvel Snap, there's 3 columns. You have to win 2 of the 3 columns in order to win. A score of 20 a lot of time will win you, just to give you an idea, 20 can win you the column a lot of time. 30 for sure is going to win you almost always. And you can win with 2 if they don't put anything on there, but so you can go really low. But 20 is a number. So this game that I played, there was a lot of doubles going on. So basically what happened was the spot I was on doubles things. The character that I used doubles things. Then the second character I played on that thing doubles things as well. So I have double, double, double. But it went further than that, I feel like. So anyway, I put down Jubilee, and her power was... She's a 1 power card. and it ended up being, I don't know. Can you read that number? It's like 65,000 or something like that. 65,000 something. Anyway, the story. So I won. I shouldn't have won this game either. So I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know how often this happens. So I go to Reddit and I find the Snap community. I hadn't been on there, by the way. Some really good memes, and I posted it. And then the next day I checked the comments, and guys like, haha, that's crazy. Yesterday, the guy you did this to posted about you. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I looked a lot around for his post, but I couldn't find it, unfortunately. It would have been cool to like talk to him. But yeah, that was some crazy shit. So not the other scores on the board are 22, 28, and then one is 54 or 46,000. Yep, continue to love this game. Will not stop anytime soon.
So how does Jubilee work that you were able to get such a high amount?
It's not Jubilee. It's the 3 cards I put down before.
Oh, okay.
One doubles effects. The spot that I put it on doubles effects. The guy I put on that spot doubles effects. And then the next card I played, so it was double, double, double. It was exponential.
So it was exponential.
Yeah, exponential growth. It seems like a very big number, especially starting from 1, but who knows? They also patched Wolverine. I'm only going to say this because I thought it was so cool. Wolverine's and they put it in there in the patch notes. It was like, he's so iconic, but he's such kind of a throwaway card. People use him, but he's not like that good. Basically, if you kill him, he comes back. Which is like Wolverine-esque, but they changed it. They made him a little weaker, but now every time you kill him, he comes back stronger. So now there's decks that you just try to kill Wolverine over and over and over, and then by the end, he's just a fucking monster, which I thought was so much cooler for that card, you know?
It just seems difficult to do that in a game where you only have, 5, 6 turns?
Yeah, but you can like Deadpool. Deadpool's another one. You can kill, every time you kill him, he gets twice as strong. You can kill him up to, there's 6 turns, you can kill him 5 times. I mean, and that's a lot. That's very hard to do, but in a deck that's made to do it, you could probably do it 3 times for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that sounds fun. I'm just gonna, I guess there's no good transition to go into talking about Tet. It's not Tit, it's Tet. And that is a game that is free on Steam in a really unique little, I don't know, interactive kind of film thing. It's like a little cooking thing. You're preparing a meal for the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, which is Tet. And you're basically racing against the time to prepare like spring rolls with tofu, and it's just a goofy, cute little like game. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It came out on January 20th, right before the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, which if I remember correctly, it was like the 22nd of January. But it's fun. You're like shredding carrots, you're cutting tofu. The first time I played this, I like absolutely fucked up and took too long trying to, I think it was to smush the little bugs on the like bok choy, because you have these super long fingers and you're just trying to smush the little bugs on the bok choy. And like that, for some reason, took me a hot minute, and I did not make it in time because my guests showed up and I was sauteing, I think, bananas or plantains or something. And I was like, oops, and failed. So highly recommend this just as a quick little thing. This would be a great game for like even, like a kid, or if you just wanted something kind of cute and wholesome for like 10 minutes. This game is super short. And like I said, it's free on Steam, and it's a cute, really interesting, like interactive fiction, because I do really love games that are kind of games, but also interesting and unique. And I definitely feel like this fits in that category.
Nice.
So I don't know.
And for free. It was it was free, right? Labor of love.
Yeah. It's totally free.
Cool.
And it's just about, preparing dinner for your guests. And I think it's more of that. It's just like a shorthand drawn experience about being in like a Vietnamese kitchen for the Lunar New Year, which I think is fun.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Also, your addiction to Wasteland 3 has not changed, huh?
Sort of. We beat it. It's
Oh,
done.
nice.
It's I lit like my highlights. I think this time around are all games that I actually fucking beat. So it's a very good feeling. It's nice being unemployed and having the time to do that. But so anyway, yeah, Wasteland 3, Tag Loro and I finally finished it. And you know what? If I had to sum up the ending, it'd be like that soundboard clip that you sometimes hear where it's like bam 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 bam, like just kind of sad, like
Yeah.
bam bam bam, because it was just I felt like we really were on this like incredible momentum of Wasteland 3, and we're like, yeah, we're killing this shit, we're leveling everything up. Some of the stuff was really hard, like in the middle, like I remember when we were versing like the Gippers was just religious fanatics for Ronald Reagan. Hilarious. But so we were versing them. Like I do remember those fights actually being kind of difficult. And so we thought that the like second boss and like the main boss were going to be like super tough. They had sit there and they primed it too. Like cuz the secondary boss like we ran into her at one point on the road and she just like annihilated our shit and we were like fuck, we're scared to verse her. And then like the main boss, like we watched him completely level like chunks of a building and we were like, oh no. And both of them weak, fucking weak. Like the one person that, like I said, on the road kind of kicked our ass and we were like, oh, we're really scared. All we had to do was like hard ass her in. Like we had a skill. Both Tag and I like really maxed out our skills. We waited until our skills were like one skill point away from being maxed out and then used the skill book so that way it would save you skill points and then you could use it for other stuff. Because obviously as you level up your skill, it costs more and more to level up. So then you could use those points utilizing the skill books. And so we did that, and then we made a really solid team and really communicated well of like what we were doing, and we specialized our people, and so we had like 6 very specific people for things and maxed them out. By the time we got to the end, we were higher level than like everybody else. So it was just like I think we were too good, guys. That's all it was. Is that we were too good. We were too smart for Wasteland.
Well,
No, we were playing on the normal difficulty. That's probably the most important to state at the beginning. So clearly we needed to go up a difficulty because, yeah, that ending and the end boss was like, it was weak sauce fighting for sure. And we were like, damn, I can't believe it's over with. And got all excited because I thought for a second that they had the DLCs and the expansion pack on Xbox Game Pass, but it's kind of tricky. They have like a Colorado edition, and I tried playing it, and all it did was show me the main game, and I did not have DLCs or an expansion. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait until it goes on sale because it was just on sale. So I know that it's going to take a hot minute till it goes on sale again. But when it was on sale, you were able to get like the whole fucking game, the whole bundle, everything, max it all. And like, it was like $20, which is so worth it for this game.
Well,
This
Steam
game is
usually
worth full price.
Steam usually has a Valentine's Day sale, so I feel like there's a good chance it'll be on sale.
yeah,
during
because it's
that.
an older game. I would say so. What are
I
the
would love that.
What are the reviews on the DLCs? Just curious.
I
know you're
I
gonna
don't
play
even.
them. I know you're gonna play them anyway, but I'm curious. Mostly negative on one. Uh-oh.
You know,
Was it
it's,
Steel Town? I thought one of them had some pretty like bad reviews and
Mixed.
stuff.
mixed
Yeah,
on Steel
it doesn't
Town,
look
Holy
good, actually.
Detonation is negative. You know, it's funny. I had a very similar experience with the first XCOM game. There's a point in that game where there's a point of no return where you go towards the last, like the end game, and there's a boss fight. And I held off on doing that so long and kept going through the game cycle and getting more and more powerful. I think because I thought the last boss fight would just be so difficult. But by the time that I did it, I just annihilated the boss, like just no competition. And I was like, oh my God, I've literally been like sitting in this spot, like grinding for like 5 hours just to get more powerful to fight this end boss. And turns out I didn't even need to. It's all right.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that game.
Was
though.
that part 1 or part 2, Bob?
That was 1. I never finished 2.
Yeah. How far did you get into 2? You think?
Not even that far. Like
Yeah,
I
me
started
neither.
playing it. You know what happened in between? I played all those Dragon Run games or the Shadow Run games.
I forgot you. I mean, I bring them up all the time, but I didn't know how.
Yeah,
how
I
far
played
did you
both
get
of
in
them. I beat both of them.
Wow. Would you recommend them to Dave?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you'd really like. There's the Shadowrun games. There's a
Yeah.
lot of reading, so there's no
I love it.
dialogue.
Yeah.
There's no, or not dialogue. There's no
Voice.
voice acting. It's all written, but I don't think you'd have a problem with that. That for some people that could be a little difficult, but
Nah, I
especially
remember my favorite game is Disco Elysium. That actually
Yeah.
sounds like music to my ears. I saved it. We talked about the Shadowrun before. Yeah, you guys recommended
Mhm.
XCOM and Shadowrun for sure,
Oh.
and I got my eye on Shadowrun. I'm waiting for it to go on sale as well.
Yeah, you can get those games for like $4,
yeah.
but they go on real deep.
I
Well,
think
right now they're like 15 or 20. Yeah, because I like I said, I'm watching it because I want that game next. Yeah.
What a cool world, right? Like fantasy characters in a cyberpunk world. How cool is that? Fucking yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's like having your cake and eating it too. Hey, I'm glad you brought up Colorado Edition because I did buy I actually bought 2 games this week. So I bought Ember Knights. I'll talk about that in a second. But I also bought Battlefront 2. Bobby, I pinged you. You probably missed it. There was a sale. Battlefront 2 was like $5 on Steam. I know it's for free other places, but again, it's just nice to have it, But then there was like an upscale one that was like $8. So I got the Celebration Edition, and I have the Ultimate Edition, and I don't know which one's better.
I think the Celebration Edition just includes some skins and cosmetics and stuff. I don't think there's really anything different about that.
Okay, because when I'm playing the Ultimate Edition, it says, "Hey, buy this Celebration Edition." When I have the Celebration Edition, it's like, "Buy the Ultimate Edition." So I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then also, I try to find the game. There's plenty of people playing this, right? I look, Christian. Do you got a number for me, roughly? Okay, I could not.
Well, I mean, did you check out the Extreme Edition though, dude? It's a celebration of the other one.
of
Yeah.
extremity.
Dude, the 2 Scoops edition. I don't know if you've heard about that. That one's pretty good.
So anyway, I tried to find the game in the Ultimate Edition and could not. So I could. It wasn't a thing like there was just shitty games going on. Like
Well,
zero.
what mode were you playing? Because some game modes are just dead.
I looked for 40-man. I looked for 12-man. I looked for the best
Oh,
one.
you should have gotten into a 40-man.
Yeah, so I think that maybe Ultimate Edition is just dead and everybody's Celebration Edition. I don't know. I'm confused.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Celebration Edition is just, it shows it right there. It's just a bunch of like trooper poses, skins, emotes, voice lines. Like it's just cosmetic stuff. Like that's all the
But
Celebration
can I
Edition
get
is.
one inside of the other is what I mean. You know
I mean,
what
the game is exactly the same. It's just one edition comes with a bunch of like cosmetics.
But I did load it up and I did play 5 minutes, of just like the side missions and stuff. It's arguably still, all these years later, the best looking game I've ever seen. It's gorgeous. It's fucking crazy how good it looks. And it holds up after all these years. Like, I don't know what else I would put up against it. Like, they just nailed it on this game. You can say what you will about the gameplay loop and whatnot, but yeah, it is so
No,
nice.
the
to
single
look at.
player is pretty boring, but
Yeah, it's boring.
yeah.
You can play it with one other friend, so you can play like Wave Survival with one other friend, a 2-player Wave Survival co-op, basically. I don't know how much fun that is, but it looks fucking great. I'll tell you that.
I haven't fired this up in forever, man. I really got into this game.
Would you have bought it for $5?
I already have it. I got it on Epic and I got it on EA, and it's kind of annoying.
Like you paid for it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's really annoying because the one that I got on Epic included the Celebration Edition with all the cosmetics. So I always have to load it up through there. But then sometimes like EA Origin or EA Access or whatever their stupid thing is has to be running in the background in order for me to launch it. I don't know if that's still the case, but it was super annoying.
that's probably why I couldn't connect, dude. Probably that connection that has to happen to get onto the EA servers didn't happen. Because I remember not seeing it pop up when I launched it. Fuck this game, and also it's the best fucking thing that I've ever seen.
Just fuck the EA launcher, you know. Origin, all that garbage.
It's funny because like you need this gigantic multi-billion-dollar company to fucking make something that plays and looks like this, and then also companies that big also want to siphon as much money as possible out of every game, so you get the best and the worst in each game. That's man, I just wrapped up the whole gaming industry in 2 lines. Anyway,
Highlighted the gaming industry.
Ember Knights. I picked. It's funny. I bought it like an hour before this podcast, and I played for probably 30 minutes. So this is a very. Not like gonna go into this review or just highlight, I guess. But yeah, like I said, people said it plays like Hades, and I will say the controls are pixel perfect. It's an action, much like Hades. It's an action RPG roguelike. And you get these, whatever they are in this game, embers. Yeah, not souls, embers. And you take them back, you put them in the soul tree, and you unlock shit for your character and for other characters because it's 4 players, which that's the part that it differentiates itself from other games like this. It's very well done. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. I would say that, let's see. There wasn't really. I mean, I played for half an hour. There wasn't anything, no glaring problems with it. It's in early access still. They have a roadmap. It has a strong community. People love this game. It's overwhelmingly positive. It's like 90-something%. So, yeah, it's in good hands, and it's only going to get better. And if somebody wants to play with me, you're going to have to basically just stalk me and see when I'm playing because I never know when I'm going to be online. Yeah. So, yeah, check it out. It's worth it.
All right.
Cool.
You guys-
Immortality's on Game Pass?
I was gonna segue that in, but yep, yeah. So correction from earlier when we were talking all about immortality, and I said go to Steam. I'm sorry, don't go to Steam. Go to Game Pass because it is free on there. So there's kind of no excuse for y'all listening. You guys should definitely check the game out. Like I said, it took me 3 hours to beat. So that's not nothing, but it's also, not super long either. And so if you guys want to tune in and not have it super spoiled for you, definitely check it out on Game Pass.
Wait,
Also, your Netflix subscription. The Netflix app on your computer should have Immortality too. That's where I'm going to play it. So, yeah.
didn't we see that there's like 16 hours of content or the time to beat? I think you beat it faster than the time to beat says. I'm not sure that I can't confirm that for sure. I could have sworn we looked it
Possibly.
up and it was like 6 hours or something. Help me out. Here.
6.5 hours.
Yeah. And then complete. Damn, Days, you're a super genius.
He's just scrubbing. He's like, fuck yeah.
I will say, as soon as like I found out that you could scrub, I went deep into that stuff. And honestly, too, like as soon as I start, because once again, I don't do repeated shit. So like as soon as I would like find something, then they would like zoom in and it would bring me back to a clip I'd already seen and already scrubbed. I was like, nope, get this bullshit out of here. This was the wrong direction. And so then I would go right back to the other clip and go find something else. So yeah, but thank you, King Tyrion, for telling us about Game Pass because yeah, we would have sent everybody to Steam.
We're gonna see Days on Games Done Quick for Immortality, man. She fucking nailed it. That reminds me. So I've got this engineer friend, Bobby. You know him, Jason, and I've known him a long time. And when we were in middle school, he would be shipped off to high school for math, and when we were in high school, he would be shipped off to college for math. So he was doing like advanced trigonometry and stuff. Anyway, so he knows his maths. So anyway, he's not a huge gamer. He played Counter-Strike with us, but that was about it. And then I was like, dude, you got to check out this fucking Portal game. You have to play it. Just sit down. I'm going to shut the door. He walked out in like 25 minutes. He's like, fuck, that was a good game. I was like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Because it took me like probably 2 hours the first time. Then fucking asshole. Anyway.
Yep.
Man, at least you can arm wrestle 100 people and not get tired.
It's true.
Everyone has their strengths.
Here's the thing, too. first of all, it's funny that my strength is my strength, but also is like also in games, I also always rolled this. Like, if I would have rolled my own life character, I probably would have went, just like I am, dumb and strong. It's great.
Hey, we need that. You would have been the Professor Higgs of our group, dude, in Wasteland 3, and that dude was balling. All nerd stuff, all like physical combat, beating the shit out of people, and then fixing toasters. I feel like that would be you. You would kill it.
I would not do terrible in the apocalypse. Speaking of the apocalypse, you got a plug for us?
It's plug time. Yeah. It's not just a plug. It's a fun little game called Canadian to American currency conversion on Steam. Bit of a mouthful, but I promise you it's going to be really fun. So first, I'm going to give you a price of a game in Canadian, and you're going to have to guess the American currency, okay? It is the pre-purchase of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl Ultimate Edition, $149.99 Canadian. What's get some guesses on the board here. What is this American?
Say 110.
125, 130?
129. 129.99.
We got 129, 120, and 110. Did I hear that right?
All right. I'll go.
Yeah.
All right. So it's 150 Canadian.
Well, 149.99. Come on, those cents are important.
Okay. I'll go a little lower. 124. No, God. I feel like it is going to be 130. 124.99. Let's do it.
Okay. It is. Can I get I'll do my own drum.
Wow.
109.99 American days. On the board, you said 110, right? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
She used to live by Canada.
Yeah, she lives
Disqualified.
I was
closer to
gonna say,
Canada.
did I tell you guys or show you guys that I found a secret stash box from Detroit, and in the most Detroit fucking fashion, I opened it up and it was filled with Canadian money. I am not kidding about that.
Also a dick pipe.
Yeah, I have it.
You can't go anywhere without your dick pipe.
Plug it. Like, here it is, and then yeah, I've got the dick pipe here. There it is. Beautiful. Gonna get banned from Twitch for that one. And here's my Canadian money.
Cool.
Bobby,
Okay, so
we really need you to go through your parents' garage, man. I think there's some treasures in there. You know?
Yeah, there probably is.
Yeah, so just something to bring on the podcast. You can leave it in here. It's not going to take up room in your life. Yeah. So
That is not the Canadian dollar. So what's the next one, Christian?
Okay, now I'm going to give you an American price, and you're going to give me the Canadian price. It is $59.99, pre-purchase Hogwarts Legacy Basic Edition, American. And what is this in Canadian dollars?
$69.99.
I say $79.99. What do
I
you
would
call
say
Canadian
70.
dollars? Do you call them dollars?
So,
Decals, we've gone over this.
I think it's 70.20 decals.
70.20 decals.
Those
Okay.
cents matter.
Oh, I don't know. I think Bobby's probably been eating some of the mushroom stuff we got because it was $79.99, right on the dollar, right on the noggin.
Because I feel like that's happened a lot. I mean, we play this game every single week, dude, to be honest. So I feel like I've constantly seen games that are 60 US and they're priced at 80 Canadian.
Which is fucking $80 here is still $80. You know that's a lot. That's a
No,
lot
it's
to dish out
not,
for a
dude.
video game. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
You
still a
don't-
lot.
What's
for
like
your
your
own
minimum
healthcare.
wage?
Yeah, that's a
The
good
minimum
question.
wage here is $15.
What is it here?
In well,
About
it's different for every
well,
state.
Like
but
11?
California, it's pretty high.
It's like 11?
No, I think California is like 15 as well, I think. I don't know. It's been a while. We could easily look this
It's
up.
been a
I mean,
while.
No. We can't look it up. This is a podcast where we guess and no facts.
I'm
None
pretty
allowed.
sure it's $11 in California.
What?
That's outrageous, dude. It's not 11 fucking.
I think it is, dude.
It's
For minimum wage?
Oh.
15.50.
$15.
$11.
It's 15 for California.
What's the federal?
Oh well, the
Dude,
federal.
the federal minimum wage in your ass backwards country is like $8. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's like $7.25. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of states that just default to the federal as well, and it's $7.25. In Michigan, it's $9.87. Whoop, whoop.
$7.25. Jesus.
How can anybody do anything with that, dude?
Nice.
Yeah.
$7.25. Oh my God, dude. I mean, at that point, it's just like, fuck, bro, go sell weed or something.
Yeah. That's what they do. That's what people do. They
kidding
go
me?
do illegal activity because fuck it.
Yeah.
Depends what state you're in as well, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Kind of
back
screwed
to
if
the
you're in Alabama.
Back to the plug, real quick. Sorry, everyone. We're back. So on Steam, we've been saying if you find a game through this podcast and you want to leave a review, and you should if you like it, just leave a little hashtag DLG bump at the end, okay? And we've been putting them together in Discord. We've seen them come in. Who do we got? Scram, Warconius, Burn Division, all you people. Thanks for doing this. And if you out there have one you want to send in and you want us to read it, maybe we will, maybe we won't. Depends how good it is. Email us. Guys, should I say our email? It's pixelshitshow@gmail.com. You can't forget it. I'm not going to say how to spell it. Just do it.
Christian, I don't know. This happened before you were on. Our first, early, one of our strategies was like get as big on Steam as we could. So we spent a considerable amount of time and effort to build up our Steam group. So we're doing giveaways. We're doing all kinds of shit to build that up. And I believe the curator goes out to all of them. Is that how that works? I don't know.
That is how that works. Our
Yeah.
curator, from when I added some reviews in like 2019.
Yeah.
I just checked the other day. I think it has like 1,800 purchases influenced just this year.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
in order for people to get those reviews on our curator, do you want people to send like if they do a review, is it nice if they just text you the review, and then you'll be able to put it in the curator for us? Or what have you been doing with the curator is what I'm asking.
Nothing yet. I thought
you were. Okay.
No, when I stopped in like 2020 after basically just reposting reviews that we did on the podcast. That's it.
Did you say Pixel Nick Show?
Yeah,
Pixel Nick Show.
That's funny.
Pixel Nick Show. That's funny.
Yeah.
We never did explain his absence. Are we going to have a little, I don't know, I think maybe a tiny funeral or maybe some just kind words would be appropriate.
Yeah, he's doing his taxes.
Really?
Yeah, so the death and taxes, man. Again, by the way,
Taxes.
Your plugs suck because they don't sell anything, but they're fun. So I want to keep them around. So we also need plugs to sell stuff. I think.
No.
We make $4 on each T-shirt, dude.
Yeah.
What
don't
do you
buy,
think?
Well,
don't
Bobby's
buy the
looking so
merch.
spiffy over here.
I don't think the T-shirt biz is where it's at.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not really.
It's our Patreon. You can find it at DLG, DLgaming.net, and click on Patreon. Yeah, I've had a couple drinks.
Yeah. Or you can subscribe on Twitch. That helps us out too.
Yeah.
And we had a couple people do that this episode. Shout out to Smajeff, 34 months. He says, heyo. 34 months, man. That's a long time. We appreciate it. I can't remember. Recycled has the longest streak, and I can't remember what that is. It's over 2 years for sure. Billy Bob Jehovah, 8 months. Thanks for the awesome podcast.
Thanks, man.
We appreciate it, dude. And Tommy Hill Nika, I think that's supposed to sound bad. 2 months. And he says, meow.
We're about to get banned. Yeah. So, questions.
Damn. Okay, hold on. Timeout. King Tyron gifting 5 subs. In
Damn.
the chat.
Big
Oh,
baller.
damn.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks,
dude.
man.
We appreciate that. You know what we haven't gotten in a long time is bits. That's still happening on Twitch, right?
Is that a thing?
Donating bits.
We don't want them, dude. Really, it's like
it's chump change.
Yeah, it's the least effective way to.
And Twitch makes a huge cut off of it, which
it's
is
like
like
75% or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Nobody wants your bits.
We don't want your bits. I'd rather go buy yourself an apple than send us some bits, dude.
But we do appreciate the subscriptions,
Yes,
guys.
absolutely.
That is awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Those also come with some fabulous emotes. God, what are the emotes? The tier 1 emote. Is that me or you or Chad? I can't
don't know.
remember.
King Tehran, do you have some? Show us what you have access to right now. Oh, you got the shield.
Well,
Oh,
that's Days.
Days
I think
has a
it's just
shield.
the
Yeah,
shield.
we got
Yeah,
everyone
I
gets
think
the shield, but I think Chad was the tier 3, so I don't know.
That with the shades on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I might be tier 1.
Christian, do you have access to all the different ones?
I'm looking now, and I'm kind of afraid to say this out loud live, but we only have the shield on here, guys.
Dude, that's outrageous. I know for a fact we had other ones. All right, we're gonna fix that, folks.
Got to bring it back.
We're bringing that back. I don't know what happened to him, but we 100% had.
I'm looking at the history. It says removed by someone named Robert Digital. Reason because I said so. I don't know.
We all need head, King Tehran.
Scrub the footage. Let's go check.
Days will knock that shit in 15 seconds. Found it.
That's right. I'll find out who did it. What happened to the mysterious icons?
Turns out Christian's an immortal demon.
Spoilers, dude. Careful. Okay, listener questions.
Yikes, dude. We've got an audio clip for a listener question, I believe, and then also something from YouTube. Let's start with the YouTube one since that's written out. This is from ZK. He says, Emilio, check out Compound on the Quest. Something tells me it's your kind of game. It's amazing, and thanks to all the DL team for making my job a lot better. If it wasn't for you guys, I would have lost my mind years ago.
Glad you've been listening for years, man.
Yeah. I find it ironic that you feel that we have kept your sanity. I feel like listening to us each week would unravel the loose grip I have on my sanity. I don't know.
Compound on the Quest is a game? Or is it Compound on the Quest, like the VR?
I'm pretty sure it's the Quest VR
Oh, I see. I don't have a Quest.
on Oculus Quest.
Oh, I downloaded the demo of this, and it's just been sitting there. I haven't played it. It's because I'm so rare. I might play VR once a month. So, but yeah, I think I brought this up, Bobby. It's a boomer shooter in VR, right? Yeah.
That's
This
sick.
one-
Yeah,
that
it looks
seems
like
really
a
familiar.
randomized roguelite free roaming boomer shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
Fuck that. I'm going to check it out.
Fuck you. Listen, there's
Fuck
more.
you. I'm taking your suggestion.
In addition to our podcast for keeping you sane, I'd also recommend, it's not like a one pillar strategy. I would also seek therapy along with this podcast.
So we had what?
We've got an
Audio?
audio clip. So yeah, you can submit your listener questions in audio format. If you go to our Discord, and again, you can get there, dlgaming.net. There's a link right at the top for our Discord.
Right under the Patreon button.
right by it. But we've got a section for listener questions. People usually just type them out, but now you can submit an audio clip. All right, so let's see.
Hey, what's going on, DLG? Hingle McCringleberry here. Been a lot of interesting takes on co-op shooters with Warhammer, which is a pretty cool surprise for me anyway, and then Payday 3 coming out hopefully this year. What do you think's your favorite one, and what makes it so special for you? Also, bonus question. What's your favorite chip flavor? That's all. Peace.
Chips have flavor? I mean, the first thing that came to mind was Tostitos hint of lime. It's maybe not my favorite right now, but when it hit the shelves, it was the only thing like it. It's like fucking crack for Mexicans, dude. Lime and salt is we put lime and salt on everything, and then you come out with
It's
a
pretty
fucking
popular.
yeah. You come out with a chip that has both built in. Are you fucking shitting me? I would eat them until the corners of my mouth would burn from the lemony saltness. My mouth is. I'm about to start fucking slobbering. I want one so bad.
Those were pretty good.
Yeah. And then I think they have a hint of jalapeno now and some other stuff. And there's flavor pack chips now. But at the time, there was just like cardboard tortilla and then something called hint of lime came out. It was like a whisper on the wind. If you even said it, you could snap one and everything. It would all fall apart. Yeah, that's great. Great shape too. Big, durable. You could dip with. Oh my god! I gotta get some. I need.
Scoop up some
Great
refried
shape.
beans, man. Just wouldn't snap.
I'm gonna cancel my fucking Netflix just so I could get a subscription to fucking Hint of Lime Tostitos.
Those are
There you
pretty
go.
good.
I hope that's what you meant, dude. I don't know what else you could mean.
I mean, flavor
I
of
feel
chip.
like-
Yeah, that counts.
Okay.
Dave,
Yeah, I
what
feel like
about
there's
you?
quite a few, but that's a good one. For me, it's I think only Christian and Hingle McCringleberry might actually know this one too. But all dressed chips, I'm a huge fan. That's my favorite. I used to cross the border just to get those, and then they started bringing them over in Detroit side, so I didn't have to cross the border. And I love them.
More just illegal border crossings to get fucking all dressed chips.
You laugh, but bitch, I did that. Yeah.
What flavor
It
is
took like
that?
15 minutes. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Can you explain the
yeah,
flavor?
can
Is
you
it like a
explain it to
ketchup
people?
chip?
It's like
it's
every
all the dressing.
flavor. It is every flavor on one. It is my least favorite chip because I honestly think it tastes kind of like. I'm sorry, Days. I do think it tastes like ass. Like, I just think you're taking like vinegar, ketchup, barbecue. Like, it's just too much going on in the mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's busy. Yeah.
It's perfect.
Can we get those down here? Is that possible?
No.
Can you
I can't even
mail us?
find them on the west side of Michigan.
Bobby's
actually.
really
I gotta
interested.
be
Can you send
right
us
on the
one?
border.
Can you send us a bag? Because we could do Bobby tries a
Canadian.
chip. Canadian.
Could try to send you some Canadian shit. Actually, that'd be funny.
All right, DLG Con. See if you can smuggle some of those out here.
Dude, yeah.
You got it.
They kind of check at the border, though. They don't want that traveling down to just anyone.
This
any
dangerous
American.
flavor.
Just shove them up your butt, dude. Just try not to
Wow.
make a crinkling sound.
I'm just gonna tell them, don't worry. I'm a millennial. I like to eat ass. So here we go. These chips are my favorite.
Ma'am, is that chips in your?
Just walking through, walking
sitting
through
on the-
security with it, just crinkle with every step.
You go to sit down on the person beside you. It's just it all crunches. Ugh. Is that all dressed? They're doing the same thing. Okay.
That's crazy.
Quite
that
the
we can't get down
McCringleberry.
there. Wow. Okay. Oh
It's
man.
definitely. What's all that noise? It's definitely a ruffle smuggler.
Smuggling chips, dude. I don't really eat chips that much, but I haven't had these in forever. But I was really into these elote. They were like Fritos, pretty much, but they're elote flavored, which is like what, corn?
Like sweet. Like
Street corn.
Sweet
Yeah,
corn.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
there
that
are
shit right there, dude. The organic elote. I think they sell it like Trader Joe's or something. My girlfriend was buying them for a while, and I would just eat them by the bag. So I think she stopped.
Costco had the popcorn that was elote flavored. Corn in
Oh,
a
that's
cup.
wild.
Corn in a cup flavored popcorn. It was so good. This is what I'm telling you.
Do they still have that?
Dude, no, but it tasted exactly like it, right? Bobby's so in. Bobby's so in. So I'm talking about it, and we're eating it like crazy. We have like 4 or 5 bags, and a coworker was like, "Hey, have you tried this elote?" Fucking, I was like, "Yeah, dude. We're on like our 4th bag." He's like, "Dude, Costco is out. I will buy whatever you have left off of you at double the price." And I'm like, all I have is half a bag. He's like, "I'll buy it off of you," and I didn't sell it to him. I was like, "No, it's too good." That's how good that shit was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look for that. See if I can find some elote, because that just sounds like the perfect combination right there.
Dude, it was so good. I couldn't believe it. It's one of those things where you put one thing in your mouth, but it tastes like another. Yeah.
Dude,
super
we
good.
really went off
What?
off with the bonus question. What was the original question?
Dude, I forget what the
We
original
went into
question
some
was.
massive
What is your
notions.
favorite co-op shooter?
Okay.
Co-op shooter.
I mean, shit. Mine's obviously gonna be Deep Rock Galactic, but
Really?
I mean,
You'd put it in front of Left 4 Dead 2?
um,
Yeah.
yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
At this point?
Yeah, I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 was just like, it was one of the it was like the original co-op shooter, it just blew everybody's mind. But like, I've got way more hours in Deep Rock. I always go back to it. Yeah, dude, I got to go with that one. But there's so many that I like, man. Killing Floor 2, I always go back to. Even Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood, I go back to those occasionally. Payday 3, like that's probably going to be a pre-purchase for me, and I never pre-purchase, man. Like I never do that. But Payday 1 and 2, like 1 and then 2 came out shortly after I started playing 1, so like it was pretty much 2 after that. But super excited for 3.
Speaking about the strong dub guy, Bobby was like, I'd play with him, and he's like balls deep in this game, and he's like, we gotta sneak into this bank. We're gonna go left. We're gonna go right, and then at a certain point, you go loud. You have to go loud because, well, do you have to go loud?
No, there's ways to not do it on certain missions. Some missions are very difficult, but in order to not go loud, and by going loud we mean like it's a stealth
Guns
game.
out.
It's a stealth game at first. You try to sneak in and rob the bank without alerting the cops, and sometimes you can get away with it. But you have to have someone on your team that's pretty leveled up in a certain branch, so you can like disarm police alarms or tie up a bunch of civilians before they rat you out to the cops. Like you have to have like the right perks for it and know what you're doing.
But anyway, I did not know what I was doing, so I would just constantly just go loud 3 steps into the game. It's just like kick somebody and the fucking sirens and fucking everything's going off, and he's all right. Well, I guess we're going loud. Like in the middle of his like speech about how we're gonna do this, we're already fucking it. I'm already fucking it up. I would say Borderlands 2 is probably. I'll probably never just. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Borderlands was groundbreaking, and then Borderlands 2 just sharpened a fantastic sword that was, just nailed it with story and fucking everything. Everything was great about Borderlands 2, style, the whole thing. And so, I'd give it to that. And then I feel like games are just trying to be Borderlands 2. A lot of games are just trying to be Borderlands 2 these days. I do like Dark Tide a lot, though. I will say. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, Dark Tide's good. For me, mine is Left 4 Dead. It's OG, it's great, and it brings me back to when I used to actually like sit and have LAN parties with a bunch of us staying up super late, trying to beat all the levels and play together. It was the last game that like I had a really awesome, like authentic sitting on the couch and having like a co-op experience with the shooter.
That game just hit at the right time. Zombies were like at the peak of nerd culture right around then.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2008. Yeah, dude, it was just the right. I remember watching gameplay of this months before it released, and like I knew right away this is going to be huge. Like this is just going to change things.
I was reading about the AI director in PC Gaming Magazine about they have this like part of this written code that is going to try to give you the monsters and these things to happen at the time that it makes the most sense, and it's going to be different every time. And I was like, what do you mean an AI director? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's a ghost in the game? Like, I don't understand any of this shit. So I was like, yeah, and it worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out great.
The PvP was so good. Like I played all the hours that I have in Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, it's all PvP. Like there's some single player in there, sure. There's some like co-op, but it's like almost all PvP, which is co-op PvP. But it was so great.
It's asymmetrical PvP as well.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny because Back 4 Blood, I have zero interest in the PvP. I think they didn't even have it when the game initially released. Maybe they put it in at this point, but it just I don't.
You're just not a PvPer at this point.
Dude, I am 100%, man. I love PvP. That's
now?
why that's why I keep going back to HOTS, just because I like the thrill of victory,
Interesting.
the agony of defeat.
What else? Name another one other than HOTS. I don't think you do. I think you do.
I got into a hot streak with Battlefront 2. I played, what was the one we were all hot about a week ago? Legion TD2.
Yeah.
That was turning into a thing.
That's true. Yeah, it was for Christian until he fucking literally he threw his computer in a garbage, lit it on fire, and bought a new computer.
And vowed to never install it again.
I wanted to ask you this, Bobby. How much did this guy drop on this kid's computer, on this one that you're going to build?
You know, that was funny because I was telling him like, dude, computers are expensive these days, and like, it's a birthday present, and, like, I don't know if you want to spend this much money, but I went to PC Part Picker, and there on the front page they've got the budget builds, and one of them was like $500-600 for a PC, around $500. So I took that and I modified it a little bit. I got a different case. Yeah, so it's the one on the left right there, the entry level AMD gaming. And what's great about this is it uses a Ryzen 5600G, so it's an APU. The CPU has a graphics card built into it. And I looked at all the YouTube videos of people playing games, and yeah, you're playing, like Witcher 3, it'll get like 40, 50 frames a second or something. And like, for a little kid, like that's perfect. This kid just plays he loves Minecraft,
Right,
and this is going to like open up his world to a whole
Wait,
bunch of
doesn't
stuff.
Minecraft need a lot of CPU power?
Yeah, but I mean, dude, a 5600 is like overkill for
Okay.
that. But it plays like AAA games around like 40, 50, maybe 60 frames per second. And so it's going to be fine. And down the line, if he wants to, he can always get a graphics card and upgrade it. So yeah, I pretty much took this, which right now the build is priced at $410, but I changed a few things like the hard drive, bigger hard drive, changed the RAM. I just like Corsair RAM. I trust them. Different case. I went with a G-Skill case. And, it's a kid. He likes all the RGB and stuff.
And they ended up at, what, 5 something?
Grand total tax and everything was like $489.
Damn.
Which I was amazed. I mean, that's just the box. It doesn't include the monitor, the keyboard or mouse or anything, but still, like, and it also didn't have a modular PSU, which the modular PSUs are a little on the pricey side right now.
Well, that was my next question. My finger's not on the pulse of this. What's going on with the supply issues, and like, can you just build any computer you want right now and get the parts?
I don't know. It's really graphics cards. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, no one's buying these new graphics cards because like if you watch, what's the popular channels? Linus Tech Tips and the other one that's really good. The guy with the really long hair. Yeah, you know
I
who he
forget
is.
his name.
I forget the channel, but if you watch any of those, you know that.
Gold?
No. He does hardware. And it's a company. It's like something gaming. I don't know. But if you watch any of those, like it's the new generation GPUs are just, for the price, they're pretty shitty. They're like basically a ripoff, which is unfortunate. And everybody, like I see all these articles that say like, oh, no, they can't like sell these new GPUs, but then you go on Amazon and everything's just way over MSRP, except the 7900 XT, which I think MSRP is like 900, 800, 900 bucks. And that's what it's selling for the most part. So if I were to build something right now, that's the GPU I would probably go for.
Just because it's cost effective.
Yeah, man. Just because like before I used to always get like whatever the most expensive thing was, but now it's just like I'm not going to spend like almost $2,000 on a graphics card, dude. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. I'm on a 1080p or a GTX 1080, and I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, my frames dip kind of low if I'm playing a game and like things start happening, and
things start happening.
Like I'll dip to down like 40 frames a second if I'm playing Deep Rock Galactic with some stuff going on. But I'm also playing on an ultra wide. I'm pushing a lot of pixels, but also like Battlefront, Cyberpunk, those can get a little rough to run. But for the most part, like I'm doing okay on a graphics card that came out like 7 or 8 years ago. Like anything at this point is going to be a major upgrade for me. So I'm not.
I should have just gave you my TI, man, my 1080 Ti.
Going from a 1080 to a 1080 Ti is not going to be a huge jump.
I ended up giving it to somebody for $300. He got a really screaming deal.
Yeah. These builds are ridiculous, dude. Is that a car? Is that a PC in a car?
Yes, it is.
That's a nice car.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
Oh. I thought that was like a real fucking car for a second, dude.
Like the full size.
And then you put a Red Bull can next to it for scale. I was like, okay.
It's still pretty cool, though.
Yeah,
It's even
it's
cooler,
really
I
cool.
think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a small form factor.
Wow. All right. Are we calling this an episode? What's going on?
I think that's a show.
He's got to go to bed. He's so tired.
It's late.
It's time to go Mimi's. All right. Next week I will be playing Ember Knights and Midnight Suns. There was a fucking patch or whatever for the graphics card. What do you call it? Game Ready Driver, and it for Midnight Suns because that thing runs like shit when you launch it. So hopefully that streams that out, and that's pretty much it. You guys?
Finishing Immortality, and then I don't know, something.
Okay, great.
I'll be playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah. And Christian, do you play video games anymore?
Dude, I've been losing my life to Alchemist Simulator Potion Craft.
I saw you were playing that. Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude,
I'll
you
talk
lose
about
your
it
life
next week.
to everything, though, man. Like that's
What's that?
you lose your life to a lot of games. I feel like
It's true.
Okay, on a scale of
BattleTech, Legion TD2. Like
okay,
this is just
okay. Bobby, don't call me out, please. Jeez. Okay. I like games. Whatever.
Christian, I thought it was.
Are we shaming this man for really loving a video game? Like, you're not casual enough.
no. I'm just saying, like every time you play a game, it's like a problem.
Yeah. It's like video games are a problem.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, Christian, you think it'd be fun to have Ray to come on to talk about Hades because she's a PhD in Hades?
It could, yeah.
Yeah, ask her if you would want to.
Okay.
Speaking for days, Christian, Bobby, and myself, immortal titties. It's like big fake tits, you know, like there's old ladies with big fat plastic fake tits, and they're new. They're new looking. There's no wrinkles on the tits. And then you got this old wrinkled body. It's very weird. Immortal tits, dude. She's going to be
There's
dead.
something for everyone.
She's going to be dead and purple, and she's going to have brand new normal tits. Bye.